AMD just jacked its MI300 AI accelerator price from $15,000 to a staggering $25,000. Yet it still undercuts NVIDIA. Does this signal insatiable demand? Or risky overconfidence? Watch the full video to see if AMD's bold move pays off or backfires.
Gary, keeping things moving forward. We're now talking AMD, talking NVIDIA, right? So we've got a clash of titans here. Thing number 4, Gary, AMD raises the price of GPUs, confident in competing with NVIDIA. Hey, love competition, but we're talking about an absolute behemoth here. What do we need to know between these two big manufacturers?
Yeah, so Rob, there is no question. NVIDIA is the market leader by a gigantic margin. AMD, they've been good in the gaming GPU market, right? So if you're a gamer, chances are, a PC gamer that is, chances are you may want like an AMD CPU or even an AMD GPU or both in your rig. And that's great, but they also have a flagship AI processor. That accelerator was priced at $15,000. Well, guess what? AMD just raised the price to $25,000. That's a 67% increase. The price still comes in well below NVIDIA's closest related GPU. But AMD has a history of undercutting NVIDIA on price, so the news came as a little bit of a surprise. AMD's price hike suggests increasing demand and higher confidence that buyers are going to pay more for the hardware. Look, they didn't do this because there isn't demand, so good for them.
Yeah, definitely, Gary. Of course. I mean, what does this mean, though? I mean, is it a Chihuahua barking at the pit bull, right? Or is this a situation where we think AMD, has any fighting chance in this AI arms race? We called it raising the stakes of AI in the written version of the 5 things. And then again, pick your fighter, ROCm, SOCm fighter, AMD, NVIDIA. Who do you got, Gary?
Yeah, so look, in this particular fight, it's very clear that that customers are willing to pay up for NVIDIA. I don't think, from NVIDIA's point of view, AMD raising their price from $10,000 to $15,000 is going to make a big deal. There are NVIDIA chips that are selling for something like $50,000 or even more at times, depending on supply and demand, or whether you're in the gray market, all kinds of things like that. Here's the issue. AMD thinks its performance and growth warrants these price hikes, and the demand remains there at higher prices, and that might be true, but I don't think that's the big issue. Because what people are used to evaluating is more what's happened in the CPU market, where Intel and AMD fight it out over the x86 architecture. They share kind of the same bones. And so, basically, depending on what your needs are, an AMD processor-powered CPU is going to perform roughly similar to an Intel one, right? Again, they're both on the x86 architecture. Now, in general, the Intel ones tend to be better for business multitasking. The AMD ones tend to be better for like single-use gaming. You'll get you higher FPS, frames per second. But AMD is facing a bigger issue when they're facing off against NVIDIA, and that's vendor lock-in. And the reason for that is NVIDIA has this proprietary CUDA instruction set, and that's the industry standard. And what that means is AMD customers either need to use AMD's unfamiliar instruction set, and that's more difficult, and their chips aren't as good as the NVIDIA ones, or if you're a customer, you need to use an emulator, right? That will make the AMD chips perform like the NVIDIA's CUDA instruction set. But the issue with that is that emulator degrades performance. And so there's just a huge amount of vendor lock-in. NVIDIA has been really good at having this proprietary instruction set that makes it just really hard. Anybody on the NVIDIA system, it's really hard for them to go buy from somebody else, and you need to run parallel systems. And it's not that it can't be done, but there's a reason NVIDIA has been able to maintain so much market share. Part of it is the best product in the world, but part of it is this other lock-in issue.